What's up everybody, Cameron from Treacher's Fitness here. In this video today I'm going to tackle the topic of weight loss. In particular, I want to look at how to increase tone and definition within the body. The reason I want to talk about this is because most of my clients that come to me asking for weight loss are more specifically asking to decrease their body fat percentage, not just lose weight. They'll always say to me they want to increase tone and definition within their body, and typically tend to prioritize that tone and definition over the actual numbers on the scale. So what they're asking is for me to decrease their body fat while maintaining as much muscle mass as possible. Now, weight loss itself is a reasonably easy concept to understand. If we burn more energy than we take in a day, then we're going to lose weight. Most people will tackle this problem by either increasing their cardio or decreasing the amount of food they eat, which is fine. It's a brilliant way to do it. But what typically happens is they lose more muscle mass than they really want to and end up the same shape but smaller. So what I want to do is share with you 3 tips that I tell my clients and people around me to help them maintain that muscle mass and decrease that body fat percentage. The first one is to focus on heavy compound movements. The reason I say compound movements is because these movements tend to force the body to use the muscles the way they're designed to be used. It uses more muscles in the body than an isolation movement, so although it may not be burning as much energy as cardio itself, it's still burning a higher amount of energy than an isolation movement. And also, using the muscles in this way tends to give us a more natural shape. When we look at bodybuilders, they'll isolate certain muscle groups to bring them up and emphasize them to give them a more aesthetic look. But when we want that natural look, we want to focus just on these compound movements and not spend too much time worrying about our isolation movements. My second tip is to make sure we're progressing our exercises. The body adapts to progression. When we first step into the gym and start working out, that's the first change that we've given the body, the first adaptation we've forced it to make. Once it's adapted, however, it will no longer need to make any changes in order to do the exercise we're asking of it. So we need to either add more weight, more time, more repetitions to whatever exercise we're doing in order to force that body to adapt and change further. So ask yourself, am I doing more today than I was doing a couple of weeks ago? If not, then say, can I do more in terms of weights or reps? Can I push myself that little bit harder? We have to continue to progress in order to continually make changes. My third and final tip is to focus on interval training as opposed to slow, steady state training when we're doing our cardio. To do an interval correctly, we need to make sure we're getting our heart rate above 80% of its maximum. How can we tell if we're getting our heart rate up high enough? Well, it's simple. If we can maintain the level of exercise for more than a couple of minutes, chances are you're not working hard enough and you're probably more around 70% of your maximum heart rate. We need to ensure we get above that 80% because that's when we get the benefits of the interval training, the higher energy expender after we've finished training. Anyway guys, that's all we've got to say about that one today. I hope it was helpful. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them. Any questions, feel free to ask. Like, share and subscribe. Cheers.